This is Plant-Based Briefing. Fishing is not fun for fish, and oppose youth fishing promotions. By Fish Feel and published at all-creatures.org. I'm your host, Marian Erickson, and this is the 10-minute curated content plant-based podcast where I narrate articles from experts with their permission every weekday on topics related to plant-based and vegan living. Today is National Go Fishing Day, so today's post is related to the cruelty behind fishing and the absurdity of teaching our youth to behave this way to other species. I love the quote by Glenn Alexander that says, "Capturing stray dogs and drowning them to death is not a wholesome father-son activity, and neither is fishing, which is basically the exact same thing." Today's post is by the people at Fish Feel, and it's published at all-creatures.org. All-Creatures is dedicated to cruelty-free living through a vegan lifestyle according to Judeo-Christian ethics. Their website is filled with vegan resources relating to animal issues, including Bible studies and how to stop cruelty in churches, and a wide variety of blogs, quotes, and poetry, and lots of great resources for animal rights activism as well. Now let's get to today's plant-based briefing. Fishing is not fun for fish, and oppose youth fishing promotions. By Fish Feel, published at all-creatures.org. Fishing is not fun for fish. We are learning so much about fish. Fish have family, friends, and feelings. Scientists have shown that fish feel fear and pain. It hurts when they are hooked and pulled. They can't breathe out of water. Touching them harms their protective, sensitive coating. Even if they are put back in the water, many die from the stress and trauma they suffer from having been caught and handled. Many dogs, birds, and other animals get hurt too when they swallow hooks or step on them or get tangled up in fishing line. Just as it would be wrong to hook a dog or cat, it's cruel to hook fish. It causes them to suffer. Hurting animals is animal abuse. Please be a friend to fish and to all animals. We can do that by being kind, not cruel to them. It's nice to be nice. Did you know that fish have personalities? They can be shy or bold. They have families. They can recognize other fish, work together, play. They can tell time, remember, and learn. And they can farm. There are so many non-violent ways to enjoy the outdoors. Fun things to do include swimming, tubing, boating, hiking, bike riding, or kite flying, drawing, bird watching, gardening, or sports. Fishing isn't a sport. Sports require fairness. Fishing isn't fair to the fish. They are victims, not willing participants. And the following quote is from Desmond Tutu. "Teach a man to cycle, and he will realize fishing is stupid and boring." Oppose youth fishing programs that are desensitizing children to animal suffering and promoting animal abuse. The number of people in the United States who fish non-commercially has stagnated, and the number of youth who regularly fish has been steadily decreasing. To try to reverse this trend, in order to fund fishing-related agencies and to sell fishing and boating equipment, government and the recreational fishing industry are making a strong concerted effort to hook kids on fishing. One way of doing this is through fishing, rodeos, free events where children are provided with fishing poles and bait and can win prizes for catching the smallest or largest fish. While these events are supposed to teach kids how to fish, they are largely unsupervised and often staffed with people who are inept at handling fishes. Documented cruelty. The organizations Fish Feel and Unparalleled Suffering Photography have been attending these events across the country and have witnessed and documented extreme cruelty and animal suffering. This includes fishes who are left hanging in the air on a hook at the end of a line for lengthy periods, hooks left in fishes who are thrown back into the water, people holding fishes and trying for many minutes to twist hooks out of their mouth, hooks ripped out of fishes along with part of their mouth, fishes who are cut up while still alive and fully conscious. This is all presented as acceptable practice and wholesome fun, with children given free fishing equipment and awards for participating. What these events actually do is desensitize children to others' suffering and encourage them to abuse animals. Not sport, animal abuse. Science has shown that fishes are sentient. They suffer fear and pain. Just as cockfighting and dogfighting have been recognized as animal abuse, so should fishing. Children and adults should be encouraged to have respect and compassion for fishes and for all animals, not to willfully torture and/or kill them. Fishing isn't sport. There is nothing fair about it. The fish are victims, not willing participants. All of the nutrients derived from fish and from other animals can be obtained more healthfully, humanely, and environmentally responsibly from plant sources. Needlessly harming animals for food or fun or anything else is not sport. It's animal abuse, and it needs to be made illegal. Speak up for fishes. Fishes desperately need your help. Please be an advocate for them. Help inform others of the cruelty of fishing and the harmful effects it also has on children. Discuss it with your friends and family. Post comments about it on social media. Write letters to newspapers and call in to talk radio programs. Let the public know that fishes and all animals deserve kindness, not cruelty. Visit the Fish Feel website for more information about fishes and how you can help them. Thank you for your concern and compassion. You just listened to Fishing is Not Fun for Fish and Oppose Youth Fishing Promotions by Fish Feel, posted at all-creatures.org. And I'm your host, Marian Erickson, and this is Plant-Based Briefing. And I have to admit that for a while I was pescatarian, meaning that I ate dairy and eggs, but the only flesh I ate was from fishes. I honestly had no idea that fish could feel pain. I obviously hadn't looked into it. I just assumed because everybody fished. I fished as a child. I hated it. I thought it was cruel, but I was taught to do it and taught that it was normal. So opposing cruelty like youth fishing promotions is so important. We need to obviously educate so many people. And the point in the post about fishing hurting other animals and wildlife as well hit true to home for me this past week. I'm a volunteer transporter for a local waterfowl rescue operation and went on 3 rescues last Wednesday to try to save animals who have been impacted by fishing lines or fishing hooks. One was a duck with fishing line wrapped around her leg so it was immobilized and she was probably going to lose it. However, she could still swim and she could fly. We were unable to capture her. Then we were off to another town to try to capture a goose with a fish hook stuck in their foot, and then another duck with a fishing hook in her chest. We were unsuccessful capturing all these poor birds. There were more posted as well that were further away from me, one with a fishing hook in her beak and another with a line wrapped around her body. The list goes on and on. It's absolutely heartbreaking and so unnecessary. All the more reason I appreciate you listening and sharing this podcast with others, especially on National Go Fishing Day. Thanks for listening.